Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates. Also, know if you're new to the channel, I'd like to go deep within my readings. So I do look at the shadows, the spiritual blocks. We see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. If you want to enter into winning a free reading, you have to keep that in mind. You also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the first word that I pull out from this deck. And it's the first word that it's the first word that's on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's important when we're looking at the shadows. And also know that if you forget the word, because again, I do say it in the beginning of the video, you can always find it in the description box along with the links for my other two YouTube channels. So if you're connected to any other zodiac, check out my Psychic Soul Healer channel. If you are connected to a Virgo, check out my Virgo channel. All right. Now, again, without further ado, if you want to enter into winning or reading, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video. And the word of the video is narcissism. Narcissism. Well, no, it's funny because it's like, I feel like the tables have turned. So even though you're connected to somebody that did not take your feelings into consideration, that was very selfish, very selfish. It's again, they only cared about themselves. And I feel like their tables are turning. I feel like they're going through a rough time within their life right now. That's the energy right now. But there's a sense also like you don't want to be with this person. You've seen enough, you've dealt with enough, and you finally got to a place. And ironically, it took you a long time to get to this place. It took you a long time. It's like, but this person had to push it. I feel like you're in separation from someone that had many opportunities to fix this and instead of them fixing it, they played game after game after game. They were so sure you were gonna come back. They were so sure that you were the one that was gonna fix it. They were so sure. And so what it is now is that I feel like they have a lot of anxiety. The irony is that I feel like in the beginning of when this connection first ended, you had anxiety, which is not uncommon if you are connected to a narcissist. You're going to experience a lot of different emotions from breaking away from a narcissist. And I feel like you did that. And because you did that, there's a sense that you're okay with being like in separation. Do you still think about this person? Yes, because there was unconditional love there. This is a past life karmic mate. However, too much, um, too much game playing, too much of their narcissistic ways. And so again, and part of their narcissistic ways that I feel like really bothered you is the fact that they're disassociated. It's like they are so not emotional intelligent at all. They're not emotionally intelligent at all, to the point that they don't recognize anyone else's feelings except for themselves. And then they're not even emotionally intelligent on how to deal with their own emotions. They'll drink too much, they smoke too much, they again do things to avoid their feelings, and they don't really deal with their problems either. So what happens is they become very emotional. They don't know that they actually are emotional. And yes, and realize how crazy that sounds, but they're so emotional, but they're so used to not feeling their emotions that it gets channeled out in ways again of destructive behavior, of addiction, of controlling, of toxic relationships, of drama. It comes out in that form because again, they're insecure. And again, when they were in the connection with you, I feel like they pulled in other people, created triangles, talked to other people, had other people on the back burner, did all of it. Did all of it. Major, major betrayal. Not that it makes a difference, but I feel as if this person grew up in an environment where they had a parent betray them. So they have a lot of shame. And so because they have a lot of shame, they act like they don't care. They don't really put effort in. What this person really doesn't have an identity, didn't create a strong enough identity of their own. So they get into relationships with people that they feel are, the cream of the crop, but also usually don't perceive that they are the cream of the crop. And so this person takes on that personality, but it takes on the personality. And then what happens is that they don't really create an authentic life because it's not there. People can feel what's true and what's not. And so when they don't get those perfect results and they don't manifest what you can manifest, then I feel like they get into a little competition, they get a little jealous, they punish you because you didn't fix their life, because they had expectation of that being with you was they're going to make their life look a certain way. And that's what narcissists do. We know that. Again, and I feel like it gave you a lot of anxiety. This person has anxiety, and because they have anxiety, where again, it comes out in their compulsive behavior, in their controlling, compulsive, obsessive behavior, it gives you a lot of anxiety. Because it's like you never know what you're going to get because they're not emotionally intelligent. So it depends on what you do. You might do something that triggers them one day, and then the next day it doesn't trigger them. And you're like, okay, I feel like I'm with Jekyll and Hyde. And that's because when we live out of balance for long periods of time, psychologically, it does affect the chemicals in our body, our hormones in our body. Just the same way as being around someone toxic, again, conditions your nervous system. And that, again, creates a lot of, again, chemical imbalances within the body because your endocrine glands are, overactive. Your adrenals are in overdrive, for instance. I mean, when we see things that manifest in the physical body, I feel like when you were with this person, for instance, like you had asthma more, or you had your allergies more, or you felt tired more. There was a sense that you needed more sleep, and no matter how much sleep you got, you never felt that it was enough sleep. And it's because you weren't at peace. And I feel like, again, this person's ruled by their anger because that's narcissists don't like who they are. And so they are ruled by their anger. But unfortunately, being around them, you would be triggered all the time and you would be ruled by your anger. And I feel like they had the power to affect your mood, where it's like it wasn't a joy anymore. So what this relationship started off as, which was a lot of passion and love bombing and that it wound up deteriorating. And I feel like deteriorating because you can't have anxiety and be with someone that you don't trust because you don't know what you're going to get from one day to the next. And then if you do something wrong, they're going to punish you by talking to other people that they don't even care about. It's like, it's just, again, to create the illusion, to scare you, to give you that anxiety. And it's all because they're insecure, but we know that. We know that that's why narcissists do what they do. They don't have an identity. Their identity is based on what someone else told them, is based on uh the experiences that they've created that have brought shame into their life. So they again perceive that there's something wrong with them. They perceive that they're defective. So again, they reach out to the cream of the crop. They just don't want you to be that secure, to believe that you're the cream of the crop, because again, then that's going to make them feel insecure. They don't want to feel as if they're with someone that's less than them. So they're going to act like they don't really care that much, which doesn't really make sense, but to a narcissist, it does. It may, again, this is how it made you feel. It made you feel unsafe, which is what I said. Um, so you had to like create boundaries for this person, and there's nothing more that a narcissist hates than boundaries. They do not like boundaries. And so this person continually crossed those boundaries, continually, again, was like disrespecting you because they're like, well, again, we have this connection. I feel like they did have a connection to you because a lot of, past life karmic mates, there obviously is a connection. That's why, they find us in this life. But understand the connection is because in the past life, we didn't learn what we needed to in this life. And so this person knows that there's mad passion between you and this person, that it can be fire and ice. Like it can be like off the hook passion, and it also could be like crazy, turbulent. And the thing is, they get a kick out of like getting an arouse out of you because it bothers them when you detach from them. So you put up the boundaries, which really irritates them. So they purposely cross them because they want to see what they can get away with, what they can. And I feel like the last time that you put up boundaries, it's like they really disrespected you. Because remember, boundaries means that you don't own them. Boundaries mean that you're your own person, that you're your own individual person. This person needs to latch on to, again, to have people associate them with you because they don't like who they are. So if you're creating boundaries, it means that you're seen without this person, so you can talk to other people. They don't know what you're doing 24/7, and that is making them angry. So they want to make you angry. So they don't care how they take your energy. They just want to take your energy. They want you to be consumed with them. That's it. Whether you hate me, you love me, I still win. You're still thinking about me. It's like, and this is the way that they would create, like, again, disturbances in your life, because it's like they know what boundaries are. And it's again, like it's because there is passion. There was passion for a long time. However, I think that because this person continually disrespects you, and you're not with this person because you've created those boundaries and you're watching them from afar, there's almost a sense of you're losing the passion for them because you're being forced to see them for who they are and not for what you wanted them to be. Again, when you first met this person, and again, there was this intense passion. Again, that's what kept this connection alive. But due to their game playing, their narcissistic ways, and them again wanting to control you and not really to comfort you, to nurture you, to love you. Not that it's ever good to control anyone, but they didn't want to bring anything really to the table. What I see here is that they wanted to like almost like suck the life out of you. It's like, I like who you are, and I like the fact that how people perceive you, and I don't like me, so I want to, I want to I want to cling on to you. So whatever you're doing, that's good. People are gonna again think that that's me too. And again, and there's also like there's a sense that this person treats you like again like a child. They treat you like a child and like they scold you and they lash out because again, if you like don't do what they want you to do. And so and it created a lot of resentment. It just created a lot of resentment. And I feel like this person has a lot of resentment, but I feel like you like tried to make this relationship work a lot of different ways. But every time you try to make it work, if it would seem to be like on your terms, this person just would have a problem with it. And I feel like it created a lot of resentment because it didn't need to be this way. It's that this person needs to have everything their way. And again, because the relationship is not just a relationship. They're trying to actually create an attachment. They're trying to create, they're not consciously aware of of it. I feel like narcissists are not aware that they're narcissists. They don't look at their behavior. The thing is, by you creating boundaries makes this person look at their behavior, and what happened is they're getting mad. And I feel like it's also kind of making them have resentment, right? Because it's like, you're telling me what to do, which is making me feel inadequate, which is making me feel like I have to do something. You should just accept me. It's getting, you're like, I'm getting resentful because I thought that you were one person and you're really not that person. And then I've tried to help you. I try to, set boundaries. I try to deal with you in a lot of different ways. And what happens is that you just want to cross the boundaries. It's not about, you know, it's not about even fixing anything. It's just about you wanting to control my life, you wanting to dominate my life, whether I'm with you or whether I'm not with you. It's domination. And so it's creating a lot of anger. And that's the problem with these narcissistic relationships when they turn sour. They turn real like there winds up all this resentment comes up, and it's mainly because the narcissist has a lot of rage and anger because they don't like who they are. And so, and also it's bringing up wounds that you have when I pulled why you attracted this person into your life. Because when we attract a narcissist into our life, the universe is always trying to talk to us through the people that come into our life and the situations that unfold within our life. We just don't know it at the time. We just have this connection with this person, and they make us feel good and we're attracted to this person. And then there's all this what it could be instead of really what it is. And so I feel like again the narcissist likes to play the game for a while that they become who you want them to be. And the resentment from you comes from the fact again that you are not who you pretended to be. It's like you just did what you did to try to like get what you wanted. You never really had any intention of being in a real relationship. Your real relationship is where I do for you and you don't do anything for me. Where you take from me that you're an opportunist, that you're actually again someone that is an opportunist, someone that will take what I have and use it for yourself. There's actually another word for that I can't think of right now, but it's also like an opportunist. Like it's like you love me, but you love me for who I am, what I can give you, what I can do for you, instead of really like what a relationship is built on. And the reason why is because this person doesn't like who they are, so they don't really form real connections. I'm feeling controlled by people around me and I don't like it. It's pushing me to find my power again. So I feel like your person is surrounded by people in their life that are family that again tend to be very controlling. So narcissists, it's not uncommon for narcissists to be extremely insecure and have people in their life that are seen almost like their little fan club, like whether it's their mother, their, their family, there's somebody, the people again in this person's life, and I feel like it's their family that, love them, but they again also know that your person like has nothing but horrible relationships and continually sabotages their life. So they don't trust them because narcissists tend to have horrible relationships and wound up sabotaging their life, which is why they don't like themselves. So their family gets too involved in what they should do. And I feel like your person has had a long string of bad relationships. So if they even say, "Oh, I'm interested in someone," their family is like, "You shouldn't date. You should like, get a hobby. You should, almost like, trying to really influence what this person does and how they do it." Where for a long time on an emotional level, they were able to do that. But now, like you said, your person like they want to be seen as an adult. They want to be seen as like a good standing citizen within their community. They're not like 15, they're not 18. I feel like they're in there. Some of them are like 30, some of them are 40, 50, 60, years old. They're grown ass people that really should not be, controlled by their family. Their family doesn't trust them. And so that's the thing. Um, so part of that is again pushing them to find their power, but their power, they don't really believe that they have a power. Their power, they believe that they have to find outside of themselves. And my fear is it's again that they feel again that you're part of their power. You're a source of their energy. Again, but their ego is fragile and like it can't deal with the criticism, can't deal with again like rejection. So having a conversation with this person, not letting this person pretend to be like so strong and almighty and capable and that you're not going to blow smoke up their ass 24/7 is a little bit of a problem for this person because they have a big ego, it's their, it's fragile, they can't deal with it. So they, again, still need to like control the relationship. There's not strong as a person. This is what we see here. Even though this person, again, in their mind, they do have feelings for you. The issue is how this person loves. I'm going through a physical emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest, but from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. So I believe that they're again in a very uncomfortable space. For whatever reason, I feel like a lot of them ended relationships. Again, you're connected to people that were in a relationship that ended their relationship and they had to move back home, or they lost their job and they need to again help from family. And now again, people in their family are just dictating their life too much and it's making them look at their life. And it's making them not feel good, especially since, they can't control you. You put up your boundaries, and that it's again making this person feel really uncomfortable because they still have feelings for you. It's not like they don't. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. So again, ascension symptoms, dark night of the soul. It's like this person is not in a good space. So they are going through a dark night of the soul, but again, and so I guess if you're not feeling this person, it's because, again, they're going through some changes. Do I see them doing anything? Do I feel them? Not right now, because again, they're going through, like I said, these changes which need to happen because this person was vibing at a very low vibrational frequency. Again, anytime that we look at a person and say, what can you do? What can I use you for? How can you make me look better? And I don't plan on doing anything in return for you. We obviously see that they were on a low vibration. They didn't think that there was anything wrong with it. I'm just going to pull 3 to see if they're going to do anything or if it's just going to tell us more about what they're going through. It's again, at this time, the situation is unlikely to change. Okay. And the reason why is because they're going through a dark night of the soul. So the best thing that we can do is say, okay, we can do that. Say, well, will they ever come back? Because the ego wants to know that. Will they ever come back? Even if we don't want to be with them, will they ever come back? That's because the ego part of self definitely wants to know. 50-50, again, it's not saying at this time. They're not ready to make that decision because I have a feeling once they go through a dark night of the soul, they're going to do things differently. But again, they might have too big of pride. They might see that you've moved on. You might not still be in the same place. They're going to feel out the situation. So it's not written. This is not a divine connection that, the universe has brought together like a twin flame relationship. This is again a past life karmic mate. Again, can be confused for that soulmate in the beginning. There was love. It's not like there wasn't love. However, the most important thing here, because what we see is a lot of fuckery in the beginning where you didn't get anything, and then they again are going through a dark night of the soul, which because they never really came back into your life to fight to be in your life. And like I said, I feel like there were changes that happened within this person's life that made certain other aspects of their life uh, fall apart, which made them have to go back home, which was not exactly comfortable for them and pushed them actually into a depression. So, which is actually good because it's making them look at themselves. However, you're still getting nothing from them. So we have to say, why the hell did you bring this person into my life, universe? What was I supposed to learn from this fuckery? It's like, because it's like 50-50. Well, obviously, by the time that they come back, I probably won't want to be with them. I wouldn't want to be with them, especially after they did all that to me. Maybe out of 100 people, maybe one person would, but the majority of people would not. So we have to say, what was I supposed to learn? Because the universe brings us what we need, not really what we want, what we need in order to evolve so we'll get what we want. Because again, these are the inner child cards. So again, we're looking at the inner child wounds, and the card that came out was unworthy. So again, growing up in a family that, again, there's high expectations. I feel like many of you grew up in an environment that there were very high expectations of the grades that you were supposed to get and how well you were supposed to do, like not just within your curriculum, but what you were doing, like for your community, what you were doing, and you were judged and treated based on, again, your performance. And if it wasn't up to par, you were seen as unworthy. I feel also that some of you were brought up by emotionally unintelligent parents, which it's like they didn't really know how to show love. And so it didn't mean that they didn't love, but you needed to have that confirmation, that affirmation, and you didn't get it, and it made you feel unworthy. Remember, the child self is always a lot more sensitive than who we are today. once you've been on the planet for a certain amount of years with your parents, you know what certain looks mean. You know, you're not as sensitive. And again, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you were abused. You also could have dated a bunch of people that made you feel unworthy because you had emotionally unavailable parents, even just a dad or a mom. It's whatever parent that you felt more connected to and they just never showed up. So again, that would make you feel unworthy as a child. And this person for sure made you feel unworthy. They're a narcissist. They wanted to take everything. They didn't feel like you were worthy to get anything, you know? By trying to keep your energy down, again, growing up in an environment where you're being told what to do it, how to think. And if you're not doing it, it's again, you're being treated as if you're unworthy. So again, this person was trying to actually stagnate your energy. They wanted to have you. They want to have you all to themselves for what they can utilize you for, but they don't really want to give you anything, and they don't want anyone else to give you anything either. So again, there's nothing more than like oppressive than that to me, right? And then neglect. So growing up in an environment where, again, you didn't get the love, your needs were neglected, which made you feel unworthy. And then when you went to try and go out to do those things to get them for yourself, you were stopped. You were pressed. So again, it's kind of like the same exact environment when you think of it, to be with a narcissist, right? A narcissist that acts like they don't care, that betrays you. It's the same energy, right? So this is why, you went through this situation, because you'd have to say to yourself, I am worthy, and it's also, I don't want to stay suppressed, you know. It's up to us to like break the karmic cycles. So I always like to ask the universe too, like, well, what is the energy that I can bring in to make myself feel better? Like, if I was connected to this person and I'm not supposed to be with this person, and what was I supposed to learn? I was obviously supposed to break a karmic cycle here. And the karmic cycle is, to show up for myself, number one, to love myself enough to see when somebody is not the right person for me. Again, obviously someone that's not neglecting me, not giving me my needs. I really shouldn't be sticking around and wanting anything from them. I should again detach from them automatically. And sticking around makes us feel unworthy. So I feel like for a little bit you did that, but you detached from them. It's again because to not be oppressed, to not be held down, to not be like, not just held down, but if this person's acting like they're with you and they're not giving you anything, they're actually blocking the doorway for anyone else to come into your life to actually give to you. And that's a way of keeping you down, making you not be able to flourish, especially if they want to like cling on to you because they don't have a personality. Because again, they're going to weigh you down. They're going to hold you down. They're going to oppress you because you have to accommodate them. So yeah, I have to ask spirit, okay, now that I, learned, I want to break the karmic cycle. That's really what this is. And what other energy should I know about? Should I bring in to raise my energy? What other advice? And spirit says, open to the universe, be open to the universe. You are picking these people. You are again, like you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. And so understand when a person comes into your life and they're showing you these things and you're still giving them time where they're capable to actually make you feel unworthy, well, it means that you're sticking around and you're not open to what the universe will give you. You're saying, no, this person I'm supposed to be with this person because I have a connection to this person. This is a past life person. That's just because have a soul recognition with somebody doesn't mean you're supposed to be with that person. Doesn't mean that they're your person either. A lot of times they come into our life just to teach us, and we're spirit saying like, no, 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 you need to break karmic cycles of again being connected to people that make you feel like shit, that hold you back from in life. That's what that is. Then they're gonna neglect you, not give you anything. So you need to break that, be open to the universe. The universe is God, and the universe conspires to bring you what you need. But if you become what you love, it will conspire to bring you what you need, again, to create yourself, which again, you'll then attract things that are supportive to you, things that love you, things that are going to grow you, things that are going to expand you, not oppress you. So I am discovering my worth again, because you're having a co-creation time with the universe. This is what the universe tells us, and the universe is God. It says, open to the universe. I'm discovering my worth and my abilities. So Spirit saying, continue to work on yourself. I have confidence in the value and in my potential, meaning I am worth a lot more than whatever this person was giving me. I accept and love myself completely. I deserve a lot more than being neglected. And I am open to the divine light of the universe, what the universe is going to bring me, because it's going to be for my highest good. And it's also going to know what really I love, what I desire. It knows me better than I know me, because it created me. It's not going to oppress me. If anything, it's going to grow me, it's going to expand me, it's going to help evolve me into the highest state of consciousness, which is unconditional love, so that I can become a magnet of unconditional love, so that I can recondition what I believe that I am worth. That is what why this universe brought this person into your life, was to tell you, you're worth a lot more than this. This is what you're allowing. Don't settle because it's there and it's it's easy because, oh, I have a connection. Who cares? It's put the energy into yourself. Have a love affair with yourself. And the universe will then bring you someone that wants to have a love affair with you. And I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. I hope you resonated. And if you did, let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.